June 2018, Sochi, Russia. The Group B opener of the FIFA World Cup pitted two Iberian neighbors against each other. Spain arrived as favorites, but their preparation disintegrated overnight. Just 24 hours before kickoff, their head coach, Julen Lopetegui, was fired after agreeing to take over Real Madrid. Sporting director Fernando was immediately thrust into the managerial hot seat. He inherited a squad built around a complex, possession-based tactical system, and now had to keep that structure from fracturing under intense public scrutiny. Across the pitch, Portugal presented the opposite profile. Though they were the reigning European champions, their entire offensive architecture rested heavily on the shoulders of their 33-year-old captain, Cristiano Ronaldo. The stage was set for a collision of philosophies. It was a stress test for a disrupted Spanish collective, pitted against a team designed to serve a single, high-output finisher. The match exploded in the opening 3 minutes. Ronaldo took possession and drove directly into the right side of the Spanish penalty area. He executed a sudden step-over, baiting his Real Madrid teammate, Nacho Fernandez. When Nacho extended a leg, Ronaldo went down, and the referee pointed straight to the spot. Heading into this match, Ronaldo had never scored a goal against Spain. He stepped up, sent dekhiye the wrong way, and converted the penalty to give Portugal a 1-0 lead. For a possession-focused squad already reeling from the loss of their manager, falling behind in the opening 3 minutes created an immediate psychological crisis. Instead of panicking, Spain leaned into their identity. They connected dozens of short, precise passes, starving Portugal of the ball and dragging the tempo back under their control. In the 24th minute, that pressure paid off. Costa pulled down a long ball, physically moved past the Portuguese center backs, and fired a low shot into the bottom corner to tie the game. From there, Spain dominated the ball. They dictated the geography of the match, largely neutralizing the Portuguese counterattack for the remainder of the half. Then, a moment before halftime, an anomaly struck. Ronaldo hit a routine, low shot straight at dekhiye. The ball slipped directly through the goalkeeper's gloves and into the net. This specific type of unforced error can be devastating. After 40 minutes of meticulously building control, Spain's momentum was broken by a shot that should have been a simple save. Yet, in the second half, Spain doubled down on their system. They didn't resort to desperate long balls. They simply resumed the high-volume passing game that had initially stabilized them. 10 minutes in, a set piece found Sergio Busquets, who nodded the ball across the face of the goal. Costa was there for the tap-in, equalizing for the second time. 3 minutes later, the ball deflected to the edge of the area. Waiting for it was Nacho Fernandez, the defender who had conceded the opening penalty. Nacho met the bouncing ball with a half volley. The strike curved around the defense, clattered off the inside of the post, and put Spain ahead for the first time. Spain had turned a 2-1 deficit into a 3-2 lead. For a substantial stretch of the second half, their collective passing effectively kept the ball away from the Portugal's captain, suggesting the team's structure could weather the earlier individual errors. As the match entered the final minutes, Spain tightened their formation. They dropped 9 outfield players behind the ball, creating a dense barricade to protect their lead. But in the 88th minute, Portugal won a free kick just outside the box. It was one final opportunity to rescue a point against a defense that had conceded only 3 goals in 10 qualifying matches. Ronaldo stood in isolation over the ball. He had never scored a hat-trick against Spain, but his team's hopes now rested entirely on this single kick. He whipped the ball over the 4-man wall. It dipped sharply, leaving the goalkeeper stationary as it found the top corner of the net. Spain's defensive system was positioned exactly where it needed to be. However, that formation was bypassed by a shot that ignored the geometry of the wall, securing the first-ever World Cup hat-trick against the Spanish national team. The final whistle confirmed a 3-3 draw, leaving the crowd in Sochi reacting with the shock common to a match that swung so violently between both sides. The match set staggering milestones. It was Ronaldo's 51st career hat-trick, and he became the first player to score in 8 consecutive major international tournaments. Spain, meanwhile, validated their philosophy. Despite the sudden loss of their manager and 2 defensive errors, their collective structure produced 3 goals and allowed them to control the tempo of a major final. Both nations took a point from the encounter, keeping them on the path toward the trophy both were chasing in Russia. The match is remembered as a World Cup classic because it reached a rare equilibrium. It showed that even a perfectly engineered team architecture can be matched by the precise execution of a historic individual performance.